Hello, good evening, welcome. My name is Kwabena. Welcome. I want to share with you, maybe briefly, does it worth it? Challenges being an entrepreneur in not so structured economy. Challenges being an entrepreneur in not so structured economy, like ours. Trying to be an entrepreneur in Ghana, in Nigeria, in Togo, in Benin. Does it worth it at all? Does it worth it? You must have a strong conviction for you to at least answer this, that maybe it worth it. Maybe it worth it. Because the challenges are so rare, so many, and you can see so many people falling off the road. And sometimes you try to question yourself, does it worth it? Because you see your colleagues, you see your mates, they have the same certificate that you have. They go to look for job from multinationals. They go to look for job from political affiliations or government position. They become maybe they become what, teachers. They become police officers, soldiers. It's easy. It's very easy. You go to work. You give in your best. They pay you your salary. You don't worry so much about all the things that entrepreneurs worry about. And so that's worth it. There was a time I was listening to a preacher, and he was preaching about you should not let the child drown or the baby drown or something like that. And he was saying that somebody was sitting somewhere close to a pool, and there was a child that was that ran into the pool. The mother was not looking, and so somebody rushed to pick the baby from maybe hurting or dying. And so the mother turned, and the child had been taken from the water by the person, but the mother was angry. The mother was actually thinking that the person wanted to hurt the baby, and the mother insulted the one who tried to save the baby. Being a good person, that person could not have just stood there looking at the baby drowning just because of the risk of a possible insult or attack from a parent who may not have seen the incident. Does it worth it being an entrepreneur? Does it worth it in our part of the world? You must have very strong philosophy of life for it to worth it for you. You must really define, be clear with your purpose of you owning the business for it to worth it for you. I've talked to people, who try to move from somewhere, Ghanaians especially abroad. They come to Ghana and they want to start something, and they are so much frustrated from positions everywhere, from government positions to everybody try to frustrate them. And some of them say we'll go back and vow never to return, because they think that they are coming to help. So why should they be frustrated? Why should they? It will only worth it if you have strong philosophy of why you want to be an entrepreneur, why you want to start a business, why you want to build a business in this kind of economy. Growth is a proof of structure, of organization, of systems that have been thought through and set to run. In our part of the world, we are still evolving, we are still growing. And so it's even very hard for you to demand honesty and integrity from a foundation, from a system, from a legal structure, from institutions that have been set not to support you being honest. And so when you start a business, when you start to put your idea to work, you're going to meet a lot of troubles, a lot of challenges, not the ones that they are teaching you in the classroom. Those are just predictables. Those are just, things that the lecturer is teaching. The fact is that the lecturer has never put that to work. They just studied, case studies. And your situation is so much different from the other person who was successful. So you must have very strong philosophy. If you don't have it, you may have to evolve. You may have to find a way of getting it if you're going to build a business. Because you're going to see a lot of your friends. A lot of your friends ask you questions. Why are you worrying yourself? What can you do? Are you the one to save Ghana? Are you the one to, build Ghana? Is the country for you? You must have a strong philosophy. Sometimes it's not even a business. Sometimes you are just working in an organization that you have very strong conviction. You're a good person. You want to give in your best. Then you look around and everybody's saying that, why? Is the company yours? Is it for your mother? Are you not going to die to leave it? So you must have very strong philosophy or you give up. The challenges are so many, so rare. And that's why very few people, if you take any group of people, any generation, any classmate, you will not have more than 10% of them ever trying to build a business. And even the 10% or if they say 100 people start businesses or 100 businesses are started today, in 10 years time, you are not going to have more than 1% of them surviving. That is the statistics from well-structured economy. In our kind of economy that is not structured, that anybody at all who works for the government can easily take the law into their own hands and come and frustrate you. Do you think that it will worth it? You must have very strong philosophy for you to endure all these challenges and pains and oppositions and antagonism. You would think that you are just contributing. Why? One of the reasons we have a lot of unemployment in Africa, and we don't even know it, is that the very structure of our economy, which we inherited from the people who came to colonize us, that much has not been done to change it. It's that during those times, they did not expect us to bad entrepreneurs, because it takes entrepreneurs in free market to build prosperity, to create jobs, to build industries. Now, their structure was set so that we will not have people who, because without creativity and innovation, you're not going to create prosperity in any country. The structure that they left us a structure that was set for all of us to come and work for the government. So you send anybody to school, the best tools that they give them is when you finish the school, go and look for a job. And usually that job was not even coming from the jobs or the businesses or the industries that were set by entrepreneurs. They were just government jobs, become a police officer, military officer, a teacher, a nurse, work for the big government. That's what they set for us. And so they did not expect us to be creative. They did not expect us to create industries that will compete. They did not expect us to create entities that will produce the things that we need. That's how you create prosperity. Now, if you look very well, you see that these structures are set squarely opposite to help our people to ever try to build businesses and create prosperity and jobs. So the unemployment is not the big corporate entities, the multinationals, so to say, that are going to absorb these people. No, it is people like you, people like me, who are employing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, having a lot of these people being supported by a government, by a country, by the institutions. And if you look, they are not. Go to Makola or go to Adum or go to anywhere. There is no coordination. This government institution will come and ask all kind of documents. Then another person will come from, another group will come from another place somewhere, ask for the same document. Then somebody. And the thing is that we have given people power to frustrate business people, to frustrate all these people who are trying to do something to support the economy. And most of them don't even work in the interest of the country. They just use the institution to bully into a start. So does it worth it if you're an entrepreneur and if you meet all these people and they're frustrating you? And the laws, sometimes even if they are honest, the laws themselves have been set for you not to even be honest as an entrepreneur. The things that they demand, the percentages that they require, the taxes, the things that they talk. The other day they were talking about SNAP somewhere. And look at you can see that the people who are setting the laws have no idea the pain that the people who start businesses go through. They just think that the business makes money and so just pay everybody. That's why we are going to have unemployment for a very long time until we sit down to change some things as a people. So does it worth it? You must have a strong philosophy. You must have a strong reason why you are building that business. Because if you're going to wait for the country, if you're going to wait for the community, if you're going to wait for the government institutions to clap for you and to welcome you and to say that you are the kind that we've been looking for, they don't even know that they need people like you to set businesses. They have no idea. They don't even know that. As a matter of fact, when you start the business, they think that you have money. So does it worth it? We must have very strong philosophy because the challenges are very, very, very rare, very difficult. I will not even talk of cultural challenges. I will not even talk of the challenges that are coming from yourself. I will not even talk of all those, the superstition and lack of funding and the workforce, people you cannot depend on. I'm not going to talk about those. I'm not even going to talk about the disparity, your own inefficiency, your own lack of understanding of what it takes to build businesses from one state to the other. I'm not going to talk about the failures that you're going to have, a lot of your ideas that will not work, a lot of the businesses that will collapse, all the things that you're going to go through. But at least having a very welcoming, supporting institutions of government, that is very much interested, passionate, intentional about making sure that the people who start any idea are given room and supported to grow the ideas so that they can pick one person and grow that one person. They can pick a business idea and grow it to employ 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,000 people somewhere where we are very much intentional about it without choking them. That is what I'm talking about. The challenges are so real. From the tax office to SNET to AMA trying to threaten you for doing nothing. You are just trying to survive and they say that you owe them. And the average person, the thing is that 90% of the people who agree with them, they have no idea what you go through as a business person. So does it worth it? You must have strong philosophy because the country needs you. The government may not, but the country needs you. It is our country. Nobody will build it for us. Multinationals cannot build our country to prosperity. No matter how many investors that they bring, it will only take the people to develop the country. So even if they frustrate you, even if they challenge you, even if they come to your office every day, in spite of you trying to do your best, still know that they don't know. They are not even aware that what they're doing are frustrating people like you, people like the other person. That's why some people will come. They said, I want to start a business. And the next 1 year, you see that they shut the business. That's not worth it at all. For me to be frustrated so much from everywhere. No, you must have higher philosophy. You must know why you are building that business. And as a matter of fact, we need you to build that business. In spite of all the abuses, in spite of all the challenges, in spite of all the so-called legitimate reasons that they come up with, you must still endure and face them and face the opposition and break through, as it were, to be in a stage where you will build that business. Because we need people like you. It does not take foreigners to build any country. It takes people like you, it takes people like me. We all cannot be civil servants and public people. That's why most people will just quit. I have a certificate. Why don't I become a politician? Because that's the easiest way to make money than me trying to say that I want to sell cement or I want to sell iron rods. What does it worth it at all? Because the guy who is a politician, he has the same certificate as I have. So why should I go through all these things? And nobody even goes to hassle him. And you start from the day you register the business, you become a criminal. So you open a business, the next minute they are chasing you that you have not filed something, you have not filed VAT, you have not filed this. You become a criminal automatically. And they don't even know it, and they are not even aware that what they are doing are stopping a lot of people starting businesses. Because you need a lot of them to start and to fail. And hopefully, few of them will survive. Then few of them you have few of them becoming very big, being able to build big companies, companies that can represent the country, just as maybe a football team or musician can represent the country. A company that is evolved and say that this is a company that's coming from our country. But the laws and the regulations and the disorganization and the dishonesty, they will choke you. But don't let them choke you. You must have a strong purpose why you want to build that business so that you don't give up. But if you just want to do that business because you want money, you will quit. You will leave. If you want to do that business just because you want to eat, you will quit. If you want to do that business because you want to show off that you also have a business card, you will leave it because the reality will set in, and you see that the country will treat you like you're a foreigner. Sometimes I think that they even treat foreigners far more better than they treat their own people. Because I think that all these institutions should be so much open and welcoming and help all these young people who are trying to do something. Somebody is trying to sell, maybe open a provision shop. Why are you frustrating them with all this income tax and everything? Meanwhile, you are trying to give money to people who don't have jobs. I don't understand. Government start setting up all these people, to help them, to give them some, and then somebody starts, the same kind of people starts a business, and the next minute they are there choking them, telling them where they can stand, where they cannot stand, and you try to go and get any people from any of these regulators. My God, the kind of requirements they put there, nobody qualifies. Nobody qualifies. We even call some people galamsey. Which mining company is not galamsey? Which of them is doing good to the environment? I think all of them are doing damages to the environment in a way. And all the places that they have even mined, which of the places can you say that we have developed this place because we mine gold? Where? And yet we say that some people are destroying. So this is the kind of country that we come from. It's not structured. It will take years for it to be structured. Hopefully it would. We don't know. And so when you start your business here, you must have very strong philosophy, very strong, reason why you are building this business. And we need you to have that kind of strong philosophy and not to be choked and be pushover by these institutions. You may expect a lot of help, a lot of collaboration. Sometimes you will just get one or two individuals who will be so much supportive, but the structure, as it were, is so much disorganized and distorted and very much disconnect. They are so much disconnected from each other that nobody really can control it that much. Except maybe the whole structure is shut down and rebuilt. But up until then, you start a business, be aware that they are going to, do all kind of things to you. And it's just the colonial system that they left that we have not changed anything. So those things, those structures don't support innovation, don't support business, don't support entrepreneurship as it were. They don't. You go through it, you will see that everybody is trying to take money from the little business in a country that you credit. Some years ago, people were, taking loans almost 100% a year. And so how do you survive in this kind of environment? Does it worth it? I think it worth it if you have very strong philosophy. You must see it as a core. You must see it beyond the physical and the materials. You must have very strong philosophy. Why you are building that business, and so that all the other challenges will not choke you. You must have that sense of purpose, long-term thinking. If you think that you have what it takes to build a business, so that you don't complain. So when you come from anywhere and you want to start business and you're frustrated, don't run away, because we need you. We need more people who stay. We need more people who are building. Then there'll be voice. We need more graduates to start business and never give up. It will take you a while, but it will work out eventually. So don't think that some people are somewhere, they own the country and you don't, you are not. The country is not for anybody, it's for all of us. So, so don't expect somebody to do so much well, and if they don't do it, then you give up and say that can't afford it, can't afford it. It's not for them, it's not for you, it's for all of us. So if somebody frustrates you, just keep pushing. Just keep pushing, because sometimes you meet business people and the words they use, they feel frustrated, they feel choked, they are thinking that the institutions will help them, individuals will give them support, and those things are not coming. in a country that wants to be prosperous, I think that the number one people that you really have to encourage are the people who are building businesses. No, we give a lot of support to footballers, to musicians. Even the musicians complain that nobody supports them. I can't drama, so for that, those are the things that we give a lot of support to religious institutions and political something. That's why everybody wants to become a politician anyway. But we need entrepreneurs. We need business people. We need people who can think and fight and create and innovate. We need them more than any other group. That's my perspective. Because without them, we are not competing. That's why the Chinese are coming anyway. And the Chinese are not coming to look for jobs. They are coming to set businesses, if you don't know. And you need your people to set businesses. And we can't stop them. No matter what we do, we can't stop them. And so we have to raise a people and give them support so that they can also create a very good business environment that can be competitive. And hopefully go even to China to also compete. Hopefully. And so that's worth it. I think it's worth it if you have strong philosophy and if you're not looking up to all these institutions to give you help. If they give you help, fantastic. If they don't, it's our country and we have to build it. We have to build it. And so, yes, you go there, they frustrate you, angry, say whatever you want to say. Next day, wash, go, be happy, smile, and keep fighting because it's worth it. Trying to create something that can give opportunities and jobs and maybe create prosperity. Come up with some things that will help the country. So, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for watching.